Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration about how you can calculate the expected value of a 4-bit shove against non-all-in 3-betters with ICMIZER. So what you do is that you of course remember to use chip expected value and yeah. So let's say that we are hero here in the small blind, we min raise. What you then do is that you plug in the villain's non-all-in 3-bet. So let's say that he is non-all-in 3-betting to 90, which I think is the most standard size. And what you do now is that you click on this button to you are choosing his non-all-in 3-bet range that he 3-bets to 90 with. And I think, of course, the most standard range for most people is 10s plus, maybe also 9s, but I mean some people prefer to open jam it, but let's say 10s plus. Then we need to choose some bluffs, and you can see that this range is 2.2% of hands. So let's say that he is bluffing with the same amount of hands that he is 3-betting non-all-in with. So in total that needs to be 2.2 multiplied with 2, that is 5% in total. So it doesn't really matter what hands we plug into his range when we are doing this calculation, because we are of course, or the calculation will not care about the hands that he is folding. It will only care about the expected value against his calling range when he calls our jam. So yeah, here you plug in his 3-bet non-all-in range. Here you plug in on this button what hands he will call with of the hands that he decided to non-all-in 3-bet with. And of course he will only call here with 10s plus. And you can see hero push. I mean hero always pushes at the last action on ICMIZER. So calculate, and this is the range that we can shove profitably. So what we can see is that all the suited aces are the most profitable. I mean, this is probably the best hands for us to use as a 4-bet bluff to begin with against this particular calling range. The reason that I'm saying that it is the best hands to use as a 4-bet shove with, even though that we can see that King Jack suited got a higher EV, is that I think we need to, or we would like to have King Jack suited in our flatting range, but we are not too excited about having Ace 6 suited and Ace 7 suited in our flatting range versus non-all-in 3-bet. So what I would do here is that I would keep aces, kings, and queens in my flatting range for sure, because I would like to, I just think that against this range we would like not to isolate all of his bluffs out. Jacks, I think it's a bit close, can go either way depending on how aggressive we think villain is post flop. The more aggressive he is, the more we would like to just slow play it, I think. You can see it's pretty interesting that we cannot jam pocket 10s, but of course this is because we've given villain a pretty low bluff frequency. Because I definitely think that a lot of people's non-all-in 3-bet range will also consist of hands like, for example, King Queen suited, King Jack, King Queen off. Occasionally people will be more than happy to just 3-bet non-all-in with, for example, ace queen and ace king instead of open jamming it. So if that's the case, and he is, of course, let's say that he's calling with king queen off, king queen suited, ace queen off, and maybe sometimes he is making a non-all-in 3-bet with a hand like king jack off, and then he maybe ends up folding it from time to time. Then we can see that we can start shoving some more ace x's and some more pocket pairs. Against, the vast majority of people, we can assign them a bluffing range that is way wider than just 3 offsuit combinations. I think most people are a bit imbalanced if they 3-bet non-all-in, and they have a bit I think they have too many bluffs in their range. For example, it could be that they have 3-bet non-all-in with a lot of suited gappers in the low end, maybe some 8-6 off, 7-5 off, 7-6 off. That is 6%. And let's give him one more suited combo. For example, what could it be? 9-6 suited. If that's the case, and he is only calling with these hands, then we can see that we can actually shove very wide. We can 4-bet shove pretty wide, not very wide, but pretty wide still. And as soon as his 3-bet non-all-in range consists of some ace king off and some, let's say ace king off and ace queen suited and all the bluffs that we mentioned, then we can start throwing in some more pocket pairs. It's interesting that we can shove pocket 3s, pocket 4s, but not pocket 5s against this range. I guess the reason is that we can make a couple of more straights with 3s and 4s. So yeah, this is definitely some interesting stuff that you should try to play around with yourself when you are playing against wide 3-betters, because it's very interesting to know how light you can 4-bet shove against him. And I think that a lot of players are a bit too lazy with doing the 4-bet shove calculations. So yeah, that was it. Good luck.